Thank you for the raid. Yeah, this might be the last part of Zortch, which is a throwback indie retro shooter. It takes a lot of inspiration from not just N64 shooters. I would say it takes a lot of inspiration from Quake 2, specifically Quake 2 64. I feel a little bit of Turok too. We have seen some dinos. The bot rant, yeah. Literally, when I would say, like, within 2 minutes of me starting my stream, a bot came in and said, "Hey, I like the vibes. Follow me, or follow me on Discord," or some shit like that, and gave their Discord name. Saribot, funny enough, did not catch that. I feel like it's probably because it's a brand new bot, because that account was literally made today. Played the demo of this, and we'll be playing it at some point. Looks like a short and fun game. It is fairly short. I almost feel like I should have played this first, because I'm playing this after Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, and that game was such a fever dream that it still affected me. And, this game is actually very good. It's just kind of, it's pretty standard, which isn't an insult, because it's very competent. It's just that, Brazilian Drug Dealer 3 was so unique that, I almost feel like it's affected my ability to enjoy this game more. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's hard to really make sense after you play something like that other game. Than, Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. Hey, Lepertic. Try to not breathe here. I'm thinking the next game that I play is probably going to be Dread Templar. Because I'm trying to get through some of my indie shooter back catalog. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. No wonder why they gave me, like, the grenade launcher right off the bat. Yeah, really the only major criticism of this game, I actually think maybe the other criticism is, I am playing this on Dominator difficulty, which isn't the highest difficulty, but it's higher than normal. And I think it's been overall, it's weird, like the enemies take a shit ton of health away on this difficulty, but I still don't feel like I've been struggling very much playing it. I actually feel like even on this difficulty, it might be a little too easy still, but like I probably could have taken it up another notch, but I wasn't sure what the difficulty scaling was going to be on these levels. And as I say that, there is just a huge barrage of enemies here. What the hell? This is the most I've ever seen in one area. Like, this is like one of the rare instances where I've died. This level has like 3 times the amount of enemies on it than I think I've seen in this entire game. I have never seen this many enemies before. I almost feel like it's an endless, it's just an endless amount of enemies for some reason. I don't know. I like how I said this game might be a little too easy, and I immediately get barraged by a shit ton of enemies. So yeah, everything that I just said has just been nullified. Because there's just an insane amount of enemies on this level. Chat is not showing up on screen, by the way. It is. I am looking at it right now. Now it is. If it wasn't showing up on screen, then it's probably something that's going on with the, because I didn't change it at all. So yeah, if it's not showing up, then it's out of my control. Holy fucking shit. I like how we're, like, already 15 minutes into the stream and I've literally made no progress. Maybe I'll go this way first. Yeah, milestones don't show either in the chat. Yeah, so it's interesting that the first 3 episodes... I'm probably not going to be able to finish this tonight. I can already tell I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight. This part alone is going to take me like a half hour to get through. I feel. Because for some weird reason, they just decided the first 3 episodes are going to be easy, and then this first level in the 4th episode is going to be ridiculously difficult. Like, say, okay, you've had enough of the Babby game, now it's real shit. Because holy shit, there is a shit ton of these machine gunner enemies, and... and, like, rocket launcher enemies around. I don't think they're respawning. I think this just literally, they just put a shit ton of enemies at the very start of this level. Yeah, I would say this difficulty spike is... This difficulty spike is a bit alarming. Yeah, this difficulty spike is actually very alarming. The entire game was not like this at all. Yeah, like, look at how many of them over there. There has not been this many enemies in one area in the entirety of this game so far. I don't know if this game released in its entirety at the start or if it was like an early access or something. But holy shit, it feels like after the third episode was released, people were saying that it was too easy. So then they were like, alright, let's make it harder. And then they just said, you know what? All of these enemies that have, like, guns, let's just all put them in one big area and, like, make it like Doom Eternal, except you don't have the power of Doom Guy. Not sure how I feel about this. Because, man, that was, like, actually a bit of a shock right there. Might as well, because there's a couple of them around here. Who's shooting at me? I really hope that's not a sign of things to come. Then there's another one over there. I want to make sure I get them both. Where was the other one at? There was one over here, but I forget where it's at. Oh. Could have used that. It's not up there. I almost thought it was up there. Oh, there it is. The music has been weird this whole time, too. It's been very ambient. That's why I think it actually draws a lot of influence from Quake 2, because it's strangely enough, like even I would say Turok was a little more action-oriented in its approach, especially with the music. I thought this would be more like Turok. And it is to an extent, because we have seen dinos. But I do feel like it shares a lot of similarities to Quake 2, specifically Quake 2 64. I don't know... Oh, there it is. Who the hell is shooting at me? To get the most value out of the sort of double jump that they give you, you have to do the kick early. Otherwise, you don't fly nearly as far. Where is that coming from? Oh. This is also something that they haven't been doing, and now all of a sudden they are. They usually don't have enemies come in when you pick up a key. So I did not expect this to happen. And you know what? I got an idea. I didn't even see this. Like, if this were the whole game, I wouldn't have minded so much. It's just weird, all of a sudden... we just went from, like, maybe 2 or 3 enemies in, like, hallways to giant arena with hundreds of enemies. Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this. I went the wrong way again. Like, this is the most reset heavy I've been because, again, on this difficulty, they take away a lot of health, and your, like, armor is, like, paper thin. Alright, John, thanks for stopping by, dude. Appreciate it. Have a good sleep, and thank you for the raid again. I shouldn't be resetting so much, but, like... I don't really need to reset this much. Main reason why I'm resetting so much is just because I don't know how the rest of this level's gonna go. I might need the extra health. Fuck it. I have to do this glacial slow. There's way too many enemies that are here. Again, I don't really mind that it's like... I just wish the rest of the game were kind of like this. Like, then I would have been more prepared mentally for large barrages of enemies like this. Episodes 1 to 3 were not like this at all. It almost feels like I'm playing a completely different game right now. Yeah, they do infight, it's just that you can't really... It's not exactly easy to get them to infight because of the verticality. See, I remember the complaint that I had too, where the weapon sound effects are too soft. This is where that's really becoming a problem. And that's why I keep getting hit so much, because I can't hear them. The weapon sound effects are way too soft. They need to be a little bit louder, I think. And my volume, everything's at 100%. I can't make it any bit louder than that. If the weapon sound effects had a little more oomph to them, like, I'd feel more alert, but they sound so fucking soft. The enemies make almost no noise either. And like I said, when you're... This is why something like Quake 2, doing stuff like this works so much better. Because of the audio. There's like a lot of tells that you're probably gonna get hit. You're hearing people around you. so you can mentally prepare for that. I can't hear a lot of these enemies at all. Because the sounds that they make are not impactful enough, and I can barely hear them a lot of the time. So, what I would otherwise be, like, prepared for it, like, I can't hear them at all, so I don't know if they're coming or not. Like, they make no walking sound effects. I can't even hear these, like, these Terminator heads at all. They make no sound at all. I know in Doom, Lost Souls don't make any sounds, really, other than when they charge. But even then, that game is, like, so much older and there's much less verticality, so it's not as... They still have kind of a problem with that. That is kind of a criticism of Doom, in that sense. But it's not as prominent of an issue as it is here. Like, you need to be able to hear some of these enemies because there's so much more verticality to this. And if you can't hear them coming, you're gonna get hit a lot. And I'm gonna be honest, this part's not fun. It's, like, actually very frustrating. This would otherwise be okay, like I said, if the rest of the game were more like this, and if the audio is more impactful. Alright, screw it. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, that was literally the whole level. It's just that portion. That's right. I forgot. This game has a consistency with the doors. Blue doors are usually just additional segment. Green doors lead you to a generator where you can, where you break the power and it opens up new ways to go. Red is always the exit door to lead to the elevator button. I don't know how you ended up here, but I advise you to be careful and very, very discreet. I hope that's not going to be the rest of this, the rest of these episodes. It's just giant arena fights. I wouldn't mind, like, a mix and match of what the first 3 episodes were doing and that, but I just hope it's not the rest. Doesn't seem like it, though. Seems like this is another enemy that, gets affected by the flamethrower. Oh, here we go. I wasn't sure if that was an enemy or a weapon. Oh. I think that's just a statue. The fuck is it doing? Did it just go under the floor? It went under the floor. What the fuck? I went in the wrong direction again. I'm not fighting these things because I think they just respawn constantly, I think. They are giving me no ammo at all on this level. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe the only way to play is not to fight. I have a key for the exit. So I'm just gonna run. Captured ships get stripped bare to reach the goodies inside. Oh, I can't go down there. Okay. Probably the best I'm gonna do. I still have plenty of health, though, thankfully. I'm gonna run again. And thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. By follow, I mean sub. And by sub, I mean YouTube subs are different than Twitch subs, and it's very confusing, so... But all the same, it's appreciated. I don't even need that. I can just literally ignore them all. Don't even care about you. Okay, now we're making some progress. Boss. So I thought we weren't going to be able to finish this part today, and then the other two levels, I just booked it. And had a lot more success than just fighting. Maybe I shouldn't pick up everything. Okay. This is that's a terrible weapon to use on them. Maybe if they were grouped up, but if this thing doesn't hit anything, then it might as well be just ammo I'm wasting. This might actually be more effective. You know what's funny? I can't leave, no. I was gonna say, can I just do it again? Can I just leave? But really, it was just that one level that was a bit problematic. Because these other ones have actually been fairly easy. Didn't think it was going to end, but it does eventually. Oh, the enemies just constantly, it's basically like a Hydra. Cut one head, two more respawn. Their bark is worse than their bite. So yeah, we're already on 5-1. I'm assuming it's just 3 levels and a boss. Like the other ones have been. If there's a good chunk of time left, I might squeeze in a wee bit of Sonic Racing. And then I'll start fresh with Dread Templar on Wednesday. You know what? I keep constantly forgetting that every weapon has an alt fire. I also know you can steal those. I already got the achievement for that. I'm just reloading that because that was just incredibly stupid of me to do, and I barely started the level, so... Yeah, again, this game is not bad at all, but I feel like Brazilian Drug Dealer 3 got kind of outshined this. I really should not have played that game before playing this. Yeah, I never use these, so... Oh, I can borrow them. I can just take them all. I never use these things, though. I don't know what the cap is on this. Oh. I thought they were gonna come off. Yeah, not to talk about another FPS while I'm playing this one, it's just that the more that I think about it, the more I actually did really like Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I really was not sure how to feel about it because it was so fucking weird. And it definitely was a Quake mod at first, like, because I think it actually still uses some resources from it. But, like, for a game as much of a shitpost as it was, like, it had surprisingly coherent level design. And I can't actually wrap my brain around why the level design was actually pretty good. And why I could actually get around without getting lost a lot, because the textures in that game, because of its shitpost nature, were completely batshit insane. Oh, I do not like these type of enemies. Thankfully, that effect doesn't last for very long. It only lasts a couple of seconds. There's an enemy in Clive Barker's Undying that distorts your vision like that. And it lasts way too long. So I'm thankful that didn't. Oh, that's what it was doing. I thought it was just snapping its fingers because it didn't know what else to do, but no, it was actually throwing, balls. Holy crap, they can actually get through that. Where did it go? Oh. Oh yeah, another thing that I want to say as well. I did actually completely forget that I really wanted to do map labs for Half-Life 2 in particular. And I meant to do that as like a Saturday stream thing. So I probably won't do Twisted Metal anytime soon, because I actually do really want to get to the map labs stuff. Because the two Halloween horror maps that I played for October were actually a lot of fun to do. Damn it. So yeah, this Saturday, instead of Twisted Middle, that's gonna be on hold for a little while. Because I want to do map labs. It's probably a little more consistent to the stream anyway, so... And map labs are probably the closest thing to, like, the single map showcases that I did for Doom. Just in a Half-Life sense. I also really like TWHL Tower. And that's not the exact same thing, but it's, it's similar in that it's people participating in a community project. I would say that those share more of a similarity to not necessarily my single map showcase streams. It's more. Oh. It's more so they share a similarity to, like... I'm not even gonna pick that up right now, because I feel like it's just a waste. It more so feels like... Well, I don't know. I actually think map labs, because TWHL Tower, there's not really a central theme other than it's just different floors, but people pretty much make whatever they want. Map labs, I think, probably shares more in line with community project megawatts from Doom than I think probably TWHL Tower does. Surprisingly, that doesn't hurt you if it hits you. Or maybe it does and I just got insanely lucky. Have you checked out the Crimson Horror Wad? I have not. There's actually something else that I want to do at some point as well, and it's... I want to play Alice Madness Returns again because somebody made a fan remaster patch for it. It basically fixes a lot of the issues that the PC version had. That either were left over from the console release, or that are problems that are exclusive to the PC version. And I really like that game, so playing it in a better form, has me very intrigued. Where the hell is the blue door at? Because it probably leads to the green key. I don't even know where the green door is at. I have so much on my plate right now, so it's not really that I don't want to play it. I would love to play something like that. Hey, there's a blue door. I just don't really have the time, considering stuff that I want to get to. Sometimes I'll make exceptions and move things to the top. But, like, yeah, I've been wanting to get through some of the, these indie retro shooters. That was a terrible save. Like, I have such a huge back catalog of these. I want to at least, like, kind of scrape the surface at the very least. Like, Zortch has actually been around for a while. I think a sequel is actually coming out fairly soon. I don't know if it has a date yet. Hold on. It's actually on Steam. The sequel to this, I think, is on the store. I don't think it has a date yet. Yeah, it just says to be announced. Looks like it's still N64 graphics, but it also looks like they're probably going to do a bit more with it. From some of the previews. It looks like they're going from, like, Quake 2 64 to, like, Duke Nukem. Except, not shitty. Duke Nukem Forever, I should probably be more specific about. Where the fuck? Oh, it's... Yeah, the rocket launcher is so much more useful than the, grenade launcher, unfortunately. Crimson Horror is in the running for best WAD I've played this year. Just grab and sit on it. I have sit on a shit ton of what. That's another thing that I want to like say as well. I want to replay Unloved like one last time, and I don't know when I'm going to do that because I made that. I remember, because that, WAD uses copyrighted music, I made a music WAD that's, like, separate from it, that I use, that replaces... I think I replaced all the music with, like, appropriate video game music, for each section. Like, the Unloved WAD for Doom. Some of the tracks it uses from video games, but there's other tracks that they use from movies, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and that kind of, like, flags your stream to be muted on Twitch. So to get around that, I made a music WAD that replaces it with strictly video game music that won't get the VOD muted. And I kind of like that because I've tested it like quite a few times just to see how the vibes fit, and I actually think not to toot my own horn, but I think I did a pretty good job of finding appropriate tracks. I wish the rocket launcher was the primary fire. Is this a void? Yeah, it's a void. Yeah, thankfully it just seems like that one level I was on that I was reset heavy on was E4M1, and that was it. All these other levels have not been nearly as bad as that. Oh god, these things. Screw it, I'm not gonna shoot them. Unless I have to shoot them. Shit. I might have to shoot them. I saw that... Yeah, it's up there. Unloved is a classic. Yeah, it's one of my favorite mods. Or one of my favorite, I wouldn't even really call it a megawatt. It's not as long as a megawatt. But it is really good, though. The mods that I wanted to use with it were, besides the music WAD that I made to replace the music, I wanted to use LED's generic, weapons mod. Which is a lot more exciting than it sounds. There is a shader mod that I want to use that kind of makes it more immersive. And then, of course, my PlayStation sound effects. I always have those. I needed to use something that didn't change the enemies as well, because, I actually wanted to use Alice Toys of Madness with it. But it will not work with it. Every time I try and use that, it just immediately crashes when I load up the map. So unless there's like a patch that allows it to work with it, I can't use that mod. Yeah, Unloved is a bit fickle. I don't know what it does to the, I don't know what it does that makes it so incompatible with, a lot of different mods. Because it doesn't change the weapons at all. It changes the monsters, but, like, there's some weapon mods. For some weird reason, if I try and use a weapon mod that adds classes, so, like, you can use multiple weapon layouts, those don't work correctly either. Either some of the weapons are bugged, don't show up, or it will crash it. I haven't found any way around that either. I think there's... I know there's a patch for Unloved that kind of fixes that problem, but that doesn't work sometimes either. Is the green key in here? I feel like I probably missed it. Might have... Oh, no, wait, here. The fuck is going on there? Heard a little about GZ Doom being, and some other devs are taking up the project under a different name. Yep, UZ Doom. That's all over the Doom community. Good news is, you know what? I actually tested UZ Doom with, I tested it when I was doing Unloved. Works perfectly fine, which is funny. Considering I just explained how hard it is to get Unloved to work with certain mods, but it works perfectly fine with UZ Doom, so it's from what little I've tested of it. I think it's by the same developers and it's a fork of GZ Doom. The UZ Doom devs had already said that they are making it in a way to where anything that would work with GZ Doom will, like, 99% of the time, it should work with UZ Doom just fine. And yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of AI coding, so, or I'm not a particular fan of AI in general, so... I am more than happy to support the UZ-Doom source port, and considering that it works just fine and does everything that I need it to do, and accomplishes all the goals of GZ-Doom on top of it, without all the bullshit. I see no reason to ever go back to GZ-Doom. Outside of older versions, anyway. Do you know when it's supposed to drop? They have a release candidate version on the Z-Doom forums. So you can actually use it now if you want. I think they're probably supposed to drop the official release soon. So it's on the forum website, it's not on their main website just yet. But it's fully functional. You can even... It's a tad tricky, but you can bring your GZ-Doom settings over to UZ-Doom. So, like the sound font that Kinnikos gave me, it functions in UZ-Doom as well. It's just that it did this weird thing. I wonder if it might have been because of the Z-Doom launcher. It did this weird thing where it created a folder for some reason. It created a new folder, but then I booted it up again and it was fine, so... It created a new folder in, where, the UZ-Doom stuff was. And then the sound fonts that I brought in didn't work. But then, I left the program, rebooted it back up, and the sound fonts the sound fonts that I, brought over to it were working, so... I don't know, it just did one weird thing and then it was fine. Thankfully. I didn't really have to do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that at some point and I just completely did not pay attention at all, because I was talking a lot. Could be in here for all I know. Yeah, technically they did have it, but they did have it available already, but it was on GitHub and it didn't have it wasn't compiled, so it didn't have an executable. And I'm not knowledgeable enough to compile it myself. But yeah, that release candidate has an executable. So it's piss easy to get running. Now, I know there were a bunch of doors that had force fields. I just don't know... I don't know where they are, because I didn't make a mental note of it. But that's on me. Yeah, I was in there already. I don't need to go that way again. If it was that, I knew it wasn't that, but if it was, I would have shat bricks. Okay, here we go. You know what's funny too? That level, like the only level that I had a problem with was the only level where I picked up a key and more monsters spawned in. It's funny how that works. Every other level I've played, that did not happen. Did I really not get this? I don't remember where the red door was. Probably wasn't the best idea to pick this up. Was it at the beginning of the level? It might have been. No, it wasn't. That was the last level. I think it's might be in this area though. That does hurt you. That actually hurts you significantly. Yeah, it's right here. Long ago, humans built a colony on this planet. Not much was left of their cities. That's the plasma pistol sound effect from Halo. I never noticed that until now. I also never used the salt fire before. Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of the problems that I had with E4M1 would have probably been alleviated if I used the alt fires more. And I knew they existed too. I just don't play many FPSs that have alt fires, so... Some. Probably more than most, but still not very many. How much of the secondary on the laser pistol did you use? Absolutely none, so let's check it out now. Oh, no, wait, no, I did use this. That's right, I forgot, it does use a shield. I, used it accidentally in an earlier level, tried to use it again, and failed miserably at trying to use it, so I never used it again. You would think they'd stick something juicy back here, because this is pretty well hidden, but nope. There's ammo for the brain thing at the end of the train. I think I got that one already. Yeah, I got it already. This is a different train. Yeah, it's funny, I think the rocket still kind of has an arc to it. Unless it's homing. Well, not homing, but unless it's, like, directed. Well, this is another almost arena-like area, but yeah, because, I'm now aware that alt fires are a thing. I don't want to know what the alt fire is on that. Yes, I guess my criticisms of E4M1 might be, can be a tad light, and I still think it was kind of, like, overbearing, considering the rest of the game wasn't styled in that manner of FPS, but if I would have just remembered that the alt fires were a thing, I probably would have had an easier time with that level. I say you can shoot through those, too. Yeah, what is the alt fire on this? Oh. I was gonna say, how the hell did I hurt myself with that? The alt fire is a firebomb. Yeah, napalm grenade. You just literally launched the tank. That was stupid of me. I hate this thing. He's tanky as shit and he teleports. And he summons enemies. Like I say, he's basically that enemy from Quake 2. That's like an arc vial on steroids. Although he doesn't summon enemies nearly as often and he gets stunned more, so... he's not as bad as that. He brings them back to life. Oh. Yeah, so he's not as bad as that, still. Because that enemy... I think he's called, like, what? The Commander Medic or whatever? In Quake 2. Not only does that thing, I had a green key this whole time. Well, not this whole time. I think I got it recently, but... not only does he summon enemies, he heals enemies, he resurrects enemies. I don't think he teleports, but he does move really fast. Wouldn't you know it, there's another one. This one, however, is insanely tanky. He does teleport. Oops. You know, I was wondering if they actually had a BFG in this game, and this is pretty much it, because of the alt fire. And I completely forgot about the alt fire. Well, you know, like until very, very recently. You can't really play pool. Yeah, because there's no holes for it to go in. God damn it. But I had the shotgun equipped. What is going on with these two? I don't think that should have happened. Yeah, I think after this level I'm gonna take a second break. I'm probably not gonna be able to get to something else tonight, but who knows. Was I in here? God damn it. I think I'm trying to rush it maybe a little too much. You're almost done, yeah. I don't know what it is. This is a good game and I like it. It's just I kinda... I don't know, like I said, maybe it has a little to do with the fact that I played Brazilian Drug Dealer 3 before this, but... Like, I feel way more fatigued playing this than I did that game. Even though that game mind-fucked me. And like I said, there's a few glaring issues with this game, but overall I think it's a good game. Mainly, like I said, the sound effects aren't impactful enough. It could still benefit from an auto map as well. I don't know why it doesn't have an auto map. I guess Quake 2 didn't, but the Night Dive remaster with the waypoint that it added made me spoiled, I guess. Yeah, it was $5 though. I mean, you can still criticize a game if it's even if it's cheap. Brazilian Drug Dealer 3 is like $3. Also, I'm not saying it's bad either. It's a very good game. I just feel more fatigued playing it than that game for some reason. Well, I mean, I played games. Hell, I played free game. Well, they're mods, but I played games that are on a small budget that have some of those bells and whistles still. They're not. It's not exactly hard to implement an auto map, I don't think. That being said, though, that's just a minor grievance because I haven't really had too many issues where I've gotten lost. It just helps a little bit more if, like, say, I'm getting turned around a little too much, because the environments do kind of look samey at times. It can steer me in the right direction a little bit easier than just trying to find my own way without it. And again, not to keep talking about Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, but like that game didn't have an auto map either, but I almost feel like the level design, it's so weird. That game is such an anomaly. Like, that's one of the few games where I wasn't sure if I liked it when I was playing it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I enjoyed it more than I thought I did. That's such a weird feeling to have. Like, that game is a mindfuck in almost every aspect, even after I've played it. Like, I am completely lost now. I don't know where to go next. I keep pressing tab thinking it's gonna bring up my auto map. I'm like... trained. Okay, there's a red door here. That's the level exit. I haven't found the key yet, though. No, I have the green key. I already destroyed the generator. It's just finding the red key now. This is the beginning of the level. Oh yeah, you don't see it because Duck Friend's fat ass is sitting on top of it. Hold on. There we go. That's why you thought I didn't have it yet. I just have to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go. I'm pretty sure I got myself turned around somewhere. Okay, you know what? This is taking way too long. I was gonna run, the break when I finish the level, but I haven't even found the red key yet. So, I'm gonna take the break, my next break right here. Okay, we're back. Back to trying to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to go. I'm at least kind of glad that YouTube does not take down... I think YouTube used to have a stricter policy on playing copyrighted music. In that your stream will literally go offline. But they've lightened up on that since. Now it just gets flagged for monetization, which doesn't matter because I'm not monetized. Plus I wouldn't care anyway because I archive these videos anyway. And, the streams kind of get blocked in certain countries depending on the music as well. Which, again, is not a concern, really, because, again, I archive them. And take out the breaks. I think I probably need to get up there. Or maybe it's over here. Maybe I didn't go this way yet. Yeah, I didn't go this way yet. I've been here already. At least I got some armor. I don't think I've been... No, I haven't been... I haven't been over here. Yeah, I do kind of wish... Now I don't remember where the red door is. I know I found it once, though. Oh. Speaking of the red door. Yeah, when I do play music, I do take into consideration what I feel like people would, in general, not mind hearing. So I kind of try and go a little light on, like, the scream heavy metal. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I enjoy it a lot, personally. But even some of the bands I listen to, they kind of have, like, softer songs at times, so I usually play those. I could also just run. I saw duck and my first instinct was to actually run. Also, nice touch with it saying different things for when you're swiping those. I did notice that, I just never mentioned it before. I just don't want to deal with him, so... Hey, there's a more traditional bot that just got banned. To be fair, that bot that came in earlier... I think the whole reason why bots will get banned by Seribot is if they're reported in, like, multiple streams, and then I think it picks up on it. I think that bot that came in to my stream, it's usually ones that leave links that I think get flagged by Seribot. That one didn't leave a link. I feel like a lot of bot accounts now are using the Discord method, probably because Suribot's been getting so popular and doing such a good job of, or at least I think so, I don't really know. It's been doing such a good job of trying to alleviate the bot problem, and now they have to find a workaround. And like I said, they keep doing it because people keep falling for it. Just like the Nigerian prince emails. And it's literally spam it to millions of people, like 90% of them know better. All they need is one sucker, and then they make out like a bandit. Bandit, literally. I know you can sprint and slide as well, but I've never found any practical use for either. I know you can distract the sharks with gore, but I'd rather just kill them anyway. How many of these do I have at this point? 45. Because it seems like they always let you take them. So I wonder if you can have, like, just an obscene amount of those trip mines. Okay, you can hurt yourself with that. I actually didn't know that. The game crashed. To be fair, that's the only time that the game's ever crashed on me. Thankfully, I literally lost no progress. killed the female brute with grenade launcher. Why am I doing this in the first place? I can't even... I can't even get through there. I have to go down anyway. Yeah, there's no point in doing this when I can't even go in that direction yet. Green key's probably over here. This is a part that gave me about a half hour's worth of trouble. Yeah, it's mostly just... I'm not really a fan of that either. There's been multiple parts like this where they put those brutes in, like, the absolute worst possible spot because they keep jumping around. They're also very, very good at hitting you when you can barely, if at all, see them. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. I didn't go down here yet. Where the hell did that come from? I do like this track. This is probably the, I nearly ran right over that. It's like the one track in the game that's actually kind of action-oriented. Oops. I keep thinking I switched to my shotgun on, too. Why was he in particular just... I don't know. Maybe he was like a particular variation that just, is harder to kill. No idea if you played Cultic, but who has better maneuverability? Zortch, Maximum, or the Detective? What? Meant what in the game, not what to you. Okay, that doesn't shut off. I thought it did. I'm gonna redo this part because I just lost way too much health due to that thing. I have played Cultic. I haven't played the new, I haven't played, Chapter 2 yet. I think Zortch maybe has a little more, but also the levels are more vertical. I think Max probably has more maneuverability than Cultic does. You jump a lot higher, and then you can do the double jump with this. Okay, yeah, the flamethrower has vastly more utility than I thought it did because of the secondary fire. Yeah, you do, but you get way more with this. Because the jump is very floaty. How do you get in here? Oh, I must have pushed the door. Yeah, if you modded Max into... I think the character's name is Max? If you modded her into Cultic, that would basically be easy mode. Where is that coming from? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna reload. Not the right weapon for that situation. That could have hurt me profusely, but it didn't, thankfully. Wait, I did this part already, though. Wait, was it because I did them out of sequence? No, because I think this is where I got the green key, so... Maybe I didn't... Oh, there's something else up here. I feel like there's a soccer ball on every single one of these levels. Yeah, so I did that. I feel like it was deliberate in bringing you here, but I don't know exactly what direction they want me to go in. Oh wait, maybe it was here. I don't think I could... Yeah, it was here. That's right, because I couldn't do anything in here earlier because the force field was up. That wasn't a great save at all. Where the hell is this? Because I think he's still alive, but I could be wrong. Maybe he's not alive. Maybe he just let loose a lot of these No, no, it's the hive that's here. There was a walking hive, but I think I killed it. There's the red key. Good half hour. There are somehow still bees. Now I have to remember where I saw the red door. Yeah, I already got it. And this is one of those instances where I really wish there was an auto map. It is completely unnecessary to go down there, and I don't know why I did. Okay, I came down here from... Definitely one of those instances where I really wish I had an auto map, so, I had a better sense of direction. Okay, so not up there. I don't think here either. I think I came up from here. But let me check anyway. Yep, that just brought me back here. I've seen it, so it's a place that I've been. I don't think this is it. No, it just brings you here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, this goes to here. God, I do not remember where I saw the door. I know I saw it in this level, but I don't remember where. Oh, here we are. It's all the way tucked in a corner. I should have saved. I thought I did save. Now I saved. Wonder what they were filming here. Actually, no, you know what? I don't think I want to know. Oops. Yeah, I didn't want to press F9. I wanted to press 9. I should have healed. Oh, there we go. Dominator difficult. Really? Not a lot of people did this on Dominator difficulty. Had a halo around the achievement. After the beating the brain sucker's leader, or whatever that thing was, Zortch ends up getting lost in a deep underground tunnel. She wanders for hours aimlessly. Finally, she finds herself in a curious chamber. You did it faster than I did. I mean, I play a shit ton of these games, so... Did you play it on the same difficulty I did? Or did you play it on a harder difficulty? Come closer, human. Don't be afraid. Zortch recognizes the mysterious voice. Could this be you who was helping her all along? Oh, I guess her name is Zortch. Same difficulty? Yeah. They have been searching for this room for thousands of years with no avail, and yet you find it on the first try. I'm not even surprised at this point. I believe I owe you an explanation and an apology, of course. I owe you a lot, human. And so the mysterious being begins his tale. He explains that the beings we call brain suckers were but peaceful explorers who came here from another galaxy. We got stranded due to an accident, and to make things worse, the substance they use for fuel is very scarce here. They couldn't return. Over the eons, with no hope of rescue or a way to return home, they slowly went mad. One day they discovered that there is something in human brains that alleviates their pain. Scientists, doctors, engineers, their best in a matter of time, got reduced to mere drug addicts. Their captain was strong enough to avoid completely going mad, but they blamed him for everything, and he got mutinied. He was not strong enough to stop them. They did not kill him, however. His body was tied to their ship's computer systems as a security measure. They figured out a way to keep him alive and under their control. I love how these pictures are just literally her, listening to this thing. Servants, still loyal to the captain, managed to hide the remains of the mutineer, deemed useless in the chamber where it remained on life support. He couldn't do much in this semi-catatonic state, but relying on telepathy, he coordinated various sabotages to the security systems and maintained supply routes to help captured people escape. He further tries to explain many other things, how the brain sucker's home world looked like. Their nozzles were only meant to drink nectar, and they could all fly before becoming fat. Other servants are blobs that are just pretending to be humanoids to help their masters. But Zortch had a very long day and falls asleep while trying to listen to the tale. Wakes up on a spaceship leaving the planet. Thoughts are still rushing through her head. The brain suckers themselves were victims. How could she have fallen for this obvious holiday scheme? She will never make sense of all of it, but grammar there. But she knew she felt very gullible, and that there was still one thing left to do. Aliens try to eat my brain, 1 star. Do not recommend. Yeah, I would definitely say, for $5, this is a pretty good game. Do kinda wish there was an auto map. I feel like it got a little outshined by Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, so it was kinda hard to take my mind off of it. I'm looking forward to the sequel. It didn't overstay its well. Like I said, I think it's the price of admission is good. I feel like if it were any more expensive than this, then maybe I would. Some of my criticisms would be more warranted than they actually are. And again, I think E4M1. The only reason why that particular level was so egregious was because I forgot that alt fires were a thing. I feel like I would have had an easier time with that level in particular. But that was a pretty short level. It was literally just that giant arena fight, and that was it. However, I do kind of think... I do hope that with the sequel, they make the sound effects more impactful. I feel like that was, like, the main reason why I was just getting hit constantly, was because I wasn't hearing... like... There was... You couldn't hear them walking at all. You didn't really know that the enemies were active. You don't know where they are when they are active, if you can't see them. So, hopefully they address some of the criticisms I had for the sequel, but I'll play the sequel, definitely. When I get around to it, because there's still... Like, I had the Postal Brain Damage DLC I still haven't played yet. I still haven't played Cultic Chapter 2. There is a whole bunch of other retro-style shooters that I still haven't played yet. So I have a huge back catalog. So I'm glad that I'm kind of getting to it now, because I've been really, really putting it off. So, with that... the next game I will be tackling, and that'll be on Wednesday, is Dread Templar, which I think is a little longer than this. So I might at least be able to get 3 of these retro-style shooters done. So some of my back catalog will finally be tackled. And that is it for Zortch for tonight.